The shooting of Jacob Blake in Wisconsin has sparked more protests and calls for social justice all across our country, but it's also sparking more questions when it comes to police body cameras. Georgia residents have asked, are peace officers in Georgia required to wear body cameras? Let's verify. We went to the Georgia Peace Officer Standards and Training Council, a statewide agency that sets training requirements for law enforcement agencies across Georgia, and the National Conference of State Legislatures. Georgia state lawmakers have made attempts to make body cameras on peace officers mandatory. There was a bill introduced back in 2016 that would have required all officers in the state to wear body cameras, but it died in the State House. Because of that, the Georgia Peace Officer Standards and Training says unless state lawmakers make it mandatory, it is not required training. The one exception is individual municipalities and police agencies can require them. As far as other law enforcement agencies across the country, according to the National Conference of State Legislatures, there are only 5 states that require police to wear body cameras, but Georgia and Wisconsin are not one of them. So we can verify that no, not all peace officers in Georgia are required to wear body cameras unless a local government requires them, and that usually depends on funding.